Hi, and welcome to another drama-filled episode of the Drama Club. This week, we talk Prince Albert putting his royal foot in his royal mouth. Victoria's secret is that she's salty. Stef tells us all about Amanda Bynes, and I tell you the story of the Queen, Tina Turner. Stay tuned.
What up, fam? It's good, y'all. Feels good, right? Yeah, I know it do. And without further ado, we broadcasting live from CA to NY.
Damn, bonjour, baby.
Bonjour.
We May's back from France.
Oh, we went to Belgium and shit. You know I'm international as fuck. This is actually, the Drama Club is very international. We be going places. Got hella stamps on our passports.
I was telling Hoel that between the two of us traveling, we could low-key have a travel influencer account.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it makes it look like we're going to hella places, but it's two of us. So.
I know. And also, I think that it would be cool to have a travel podcast.
Oh, that would be tight as fuck.
You know?
Sorry, May gave me chips right before we started recording.
But I made sure they were the kind that hurt. They're the salt and vinegar chips, so she don't be eating on the podcast.
People are going to listen to this and be like, damn, bitch. You going to wait 5 seconds?
So this is the first podcast where we're officially back, because I feel like we kind of try to mask it a little bit, but we were on vacation.
Yeah, we haven't actually recorded together.
Mexico.
May went to Europe.
Yeah, you know what it is.
How was your trip?
It was really, really very, very fun, but I'm like exhausted.
Yeah, but that's that good exhaustion.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have anything to do too.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like, because you kind of get really tired before a trip too, because you have so much stuff to do.
It's true.
And that tired sucks, because then you're like, I don't want to be tired when I get there.
But then it's like, the first day I was a regular amount of tired. By the second day, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then you try to fit in so much into every day.
I know.
Which is that thing.
I know. You know that stupid saying, you need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah. But totally, everybody was ridiculously nice, which was weird. I thought people over there have that reputation, but everyone went out of their way to be so fucking nice. And of course, amazing food. Yeah. Great trip.
10/10 would recommend.
10/10.
This is where the Drama Club recommends for everybody to go. Paris, Belgium, Peru, Mexico City,
Vancouver,
San Bernardino, Las Vegas. Yeah, Vancouver, New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh,
Austin.
yeah, definitely New Orleans. Yeah.
Joel was trying to ask me if I liked New Orleans more than Austin. And I was like, ooh, good question. Food in New Orleans is better than food in Austin, I think. But Austin nightlife, probably better.
Yeah, but that's not my vibe, though.
Yeah.
I go to eat.
Yeah, we like to eat.
So, literally all I brought back from motherfucking France was a shit ton of butter. Enough butter for the airline to get mad at me.
Hell yeah, May.
I brought back
Making TSA work.
Brought back some mustard.
Did you see that video going viral at TSA where a girl got flagged for her bag and it was a big old dildo in there?
Yes. And she was mortified.
Yeah.
I think she was taking it too seriously.
Yeah,
that
they
shit
don't
was
care.
funny. She was like, I'm going to cry for real.
I know. They care. Come on, girl. That's good. You getting it in with a plastic dude.
Not even a whole ass dude, but the most important part.
Anyways, so we're back.
So we back, yeah, officially. We missed y'all.
Yep, absolutely.
Back to the current events. We got some hot topics that we want to talk about.
Yeah, but first, let's give a shout out to Big Gus.
Oh hell yeah, our fairy godfather, Big Gus.
Our fairy godfather.
Yeah, he knows what he did.
Yeah, we don't want to put him on complete blast.
Yeah.
But he came through with the most legit clutch.
Yeah, the hookup. And I just want to let everyone know that we appreciate hookups in general.
Oh.
Hookups of all kinds.
You know. We.
Yeah, but thank you to Gus.
So while you've been gone, also, I also want to give a shout out to Hyder, because I'm fucking deep into The Good Wife.
You are?
Oh my God,
okay.
May.
Alicia Florrick is that bitch.
Dude, I'm like...
What season are you on?
4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing
Exactly how he said to do it, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's too many episodes to watch them all. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm in love. I'm also in love with Alan Cummings. He's fucking dope.
The guest stars on that show are ridiculous.
Yep,
They're
fucking
so
fire.
good. Homegirl with the red hair.
Yeah, I love her. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
big.
so good.
Come on.
So if you guys want to start watching The Good Wife, here, this is the thing with The Good Wife. It's like a procedural, because it's like a CBS show. It's like your typical CBS show.
Right.
So it's like every week there's like a person of the week and it's like a case of the week. And I don't really like shows like that.
That's how Grey's Anatomy is.
Oh, see, that's why I wouldn't watch Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the overarching story. Alicia's story is good.
Yeah, it's so good.
So our friend of the show, Hyder, resident Taylor Swift expert, he hooked me up like a couple years ago with like his how-to guide of how to watch The Good Wife to like skip all of like the bullshit that you don't need and sort of like, you know, get to the main story.
Right.
And so I passed it on to Steph. And
Yeah, and I had postpartum depression because May was out of town. That's an inside joke. I'm not trying to make fun of postpartum depression, but one time our college roommate said that when we were far away from each other for too long, that
and it's true though.
we get postpartum depression.
It's true.
So I started binging The Good Wife, and it has gotten me through these tough times while May has been out of the country.
And that shit fucking slaps.
It slaps really
so,
well.
I mean, if you guys want to get the inside scoop on how to watch The Good Wife, if you're curious,
shoot us an email.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
We'll send it to you guys. Yeah. Okay. So.
Ooh, let's introduce ourselves.
Ooh, hello everyone. My name is Stephanie.
And my name is May, and we are El Club de Drama. This is the podcast about being international.
This is the travel podcast, food podcast, butter podcast.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Nope. Celebrities, gossip,
Yeah.
TV, film, music,
Scandals,
sports,
first of all, though.
Sorry. Chisme.
Welcome.
Bienvenidos. Yeah, so the major thing hitting the news lately has been Prince Andrew.
Yo, this shit. First of all, I watched the whole last interview.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Because, you know, I was on a
Prince
different...
Albert, sorry.
No, it's Andrew.
It's Andrew? Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I wrote it wrong.
Prince Albert is the piercing on your dick.
Whoa.
Lenny Kravitz has a Prince Albert.
He sure does. So does DJ Pauly D.
Ew, he does.
Two very different men. Yes.
Yeah, Prince, because you know I was on a different time zone, so I was like awake like all night and shit. You know,
Yeah.
like it was. So I watched it, and my dude fucked up, man.
So just some background. Prince Albert is Queen Elizabeth's third child.
And favorite child.
Yeah. He was married famously to Fergie. Shout out to
Fergie.
Shout out to Fergie. Go listen to our episode with Fergie and Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, the Duchess of York.
Yeah, that's a good ass one. So he's had some spiciness in the press because he had a friendship with Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Who obviously we all know was a convicted sex offender. He was probably killed.
He dead now.
Yeah. Sorry, May's dog just decided to lay it all over my laptop. Don't you know we're having technical difficulties,
This is
Lenny?
a very precarious situation, Lenny.
He's so cute. May's dog just low-key disrespecting us. Like, you guys are boring. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. What the fuck?
Yeah, so he decided to address all of the allegations about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
He won't stop addressing it because first he did like a
True.
notes apology thing, remember?
He did a notes apology.
Well, it was like from the desk of Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I had a friendship with him. I regret it, but I never
Right.
did anything wrong. Then the one victim keeps saying that she was forced to have sex
Yeah.
with Prince Andrew.
She has pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was like 13 years old at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. But now the big thing is, go ahead, May.
Sorry.
Oh, it's these fucking chips. Lenny woke up because he did something interesting.
So he decided to do a full ass. It was like 45-minute interview.
On the BBC?
I think it was BBC. Yeah. And wow, one of the all-time great PR mistakes, I think.
Right.
In general, and he just came off really really horribly.
And he like specifically addressed the victim's allegations, the one victim that is coming forward, saying like, I couldn't have been with her because I was getting pizza for the girls, or some like crazy alibi, right?
Yeah. And he also said, because one of the major things about her allegation was like, she does that thing that a lot of victims do, where they just remember very specific details and are just like regurgitating details. And she's like, one of the major details that I remember about him was that he was very sweaty.
Okay.
And so he was like, oh yeah, and it couldn't have been me because I don't sweat. First of all, that was funny to me because I actually don't
sweat. You really don't sweat, actually. Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Because one time May told me she don't sweat, and I was like, bitch, shut up. And then we went to the gym like a year later.
We were like in the sauna and shit. So Andrew was like, yeah, I don't sweat ever since the Falklands War. He said I was shot at and I suffered like severe anxiety from that moment, and I just like magically never sweated ever since then.
Yo.
And then someone came with the receipts. I want to say it was like the Daily Mail or some shit. Posted like several shots of him sweating.
Oh no. Yeah, that's like a very easy thing for people to be able to say, no, you're wrong.
Like pit stains and stuff.
Oh my god.
And then he was also like, oh, I never partied. This isn't my that's just not something that I ever did.
Bro,
and then,
you married Fergie, okay?
Yup.
You fucking party. Dude, shut up.
Not to be confused with Fergie Ferg.
Yeah, but also
the other Duchess.
You definitely party.
So of course, one of the tabloids brought the receipts and showed pictures of him sweating and partying.
Oh my god. So it's like that thing where it's like, it's almost like embarrassing how bad his PR is, right?
Yeah.
Like, who let him do this?
Right. He should never have addressed it
at all. Like, it by addressing it, you make it seem like you have something to hide.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's better just to be like, oh, no.
And then he also just came off really bad. He was saying stuff about Epstein like, oh, if I would have known that this chap was such a bad guy, bad dude or something like that, and then the reporter called him on it. She was like, he's not a bad dude, he's a fucking rapist.
Yeah,
a child rapist,
like a serial rapist.
Yeah. And then he was like, oh yeah, of course, that's what I meant. Like, he's just trying to like play it down and like, no, bullshit.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
And then after this interview came out, and obviously there was hella backlash, the royal family issued a statement saying that he's not going to be doing any more appearances. Like, he's taking a break from all of his royal duties and shit
indefinitely.
Yeah.
So that shit is over. So he's like done being a public, I mean, obviously he's still a prince, but like,
he can't be like associated with any of their organizations or anything like that. Yeah. He can't be on the fucking balcony and shit.
You know what was fucking weird though? In the interview, he says that one of his points of denial is like, she tells him like, you spent all this time with this dude and you didn't see anything weird or wrong or something. And he's like, no, I never saw anything that would make me think that any of this shit was going on. And he volunteers this information. Not that I think it was secret or anything, but he was like, I guess one of his duties as prince, you know how they all have their like little thing, like Diana had like AIDS and shit. His thing is like trafficking and child abuse.
Really?
So he was like, and if I couldn't see it because I'm like, that was my thing, I don't expect anybody
to have been able to see it. Yeah. Obviously people saw it. He was convicted.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
So then he also apologizes. He's like, I don't apologize for being friends with him, but I do apologize for continuing the association after he was convicted. He's like, I should have known better. That was not something that a royal should do. I was like, that's not something any person should do.
Yeah, a person with a conscience.
Yeah.
That's so weird. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing is so weird because now both guards got charged with
what?
Yeah, like whatever, not doing their duties. Because you know how they like falsified the checks on him?
Yeah.
And that's how he was likely murdered during that time.
Wow.
I don't know. The whole thing is super weird, and it's scary that
we'll never have answers.
And that there's this huge system of just sex crimes targeting young girls mostly.
You know what really shocks me? It's like thankfully, like nothing like that ever happened to me. I was very sheltered as a child, I guess.
Same.
I didn't realize how many people it affected until I was much, much older. Honestly, until like my 20s.
Yeah, me too. I think
It's like so many people.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because look at little networks like this where men protect each other, men in power protect each other.
Yeah.
Not just men, because there were women assisting also.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Jeffrey's, that one girl,
His
right?
girlfriend. And that's how
Yeah.
Andrew knows him, apparently.
Through
Like,
that girl.
Through that girl.
And that girl's friends with Elon Musk. Yeah.
All right.
That's super sketchy. That's our next leeway.
Is Elon Musk still with Grimes?
I don't know. Elon Musk is a weirdo. Low-key, I mean, who knows what's up with him and that whole thing, but I don't mind him. Like, if I was going to meet a billionaire, probably him.
I would want to meet. Is Rihanna a billionaire yet?
No, but her man's is a billionaire, but I don't want to meet him. I'm not interested in him.
Is he a Saudi prince or something?
I don't know what the fuck he is. Maybe like an oil, something like that.
Okay, I'm interested.
You want to meet him to try to take him from Rihanna, not because you want to meet him.
Bitch, I'm not trying to take nothing from Rihanna. That bitch will kill me.
Seriously. Oh, that was a good thing too, that Victoria's Secret is canceling their famous runway show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like indefinitely while they try to like quote work on the brand or some shit. Like literally everybody was just saying like, can you be a little bit more inclusive? There's not enough people of color. There's not enough people with different shapes, like realistic body shapes.
Yeah.
You just have fucking Bella and Gigi multiplied walking down the runway, you know, like just be inclusive. And then they're like, we're canceling the shit. We can't do it.
That is so funny. Is that a tantrum or is that just like
they're just like that people? Hell no. Y'all can't wear lingerie. What's wrong with you?
Because really, I mean, if they were smart,
yeah,
get Lizzo to walk their runway or something, you know,
just anybody, any normal person.
And then I saw like hella girls on Twitter talking about like their experiences, how like they would like cry in the fitting room at Victoria's Secret because nothing would like fit them and stuff. And I was like, see, why wouldn't you want to open your brand up? That's just more money in your fucking pocket.
Yeah, but they want to be elitist like that.
And it's Victoria's Secret. It's not even like
fucking Givenchy or something. Yeah, like
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
relax.
There's one next to fucking Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the other froyo one? The one that was like hot for a second.
Pinkberry.
Yeah.
There's one next to like every Pinkberry in every mall.
Yeah.
Fucking hot dog on a stick.
Fuck
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. Okay. So then Elon Musk announced the Cybertruck.
The dumbest name.
Oh my god!
I hate that name so much. I like cars.
Yeah, you do.
I'm into cars, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like a new Tesla truck, into it. First of all, I hear the name, I'm like, this is gonna be trash. See the car, it's trash.
The best meme is the one where they're saying it's Tomb Raider, like in the early 2000s, like her titties.
Yeah, shout out to Lara Croft's titties.
Hell yeah,
they were a shape I'd never seen before, and I took 3 years of geometry.
Can you fucking calculate the rhombus of these titties, baby? I want to be a pioneer in STEM. He's so stupid. And then during the presentation, he was like, these fucking windows are indestructible. Here, dude, throw this rock. Shit just shatters.
They throw the rock and the windows break.
And they didn't even have like a backup car to like come take that one's place. Like he just finished the whole ass presentation.
So they throw it at one window and it breaks. So he's like, all right, if they fucked up, right? Like we got to throw it at another window. Shit breaks.
Throw that shit at yourself, Elon. You're fucking embarrassing, bro. And then it didn't have rear view or like side mirrors.
Yeah.
And they were like, where are the side mirrors? And he's like, where's the what?
It just could not have gone worse. The whole presentation.
Okay, you know how we love The Simpsons. Remember that episode where Homer designs a car for his brother's company?
Yes.
Everybody was saying, here's Elon Musk. And it was Homer standing in front of that stupid ass car.
That car, it looks like a DeLorean, but like somehow worse.
Oh my god! And so like I follow or I have like the Wall Street Journal subscription, and these message boards were going crazy because they were like, historically, who the fuck uses trucks? people that are like laborers, right?
yeah.
Like we like in the Hispanic community, for example, like gardeners, construction workers, people like that. They're not buying this fucking ridiculous looking truck.
Yeah.
You could make an eco-friendly, like non-gas truck, and I think it would appeal to those kind of people because then they could save money on gas.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you made it like completely non-functional for what a truck is fucking used for.
It's true.
It's so
it's
stupid.
only for douchebags, basically. Like,
Exactly. Like the people that buy Teslas, they're not the kind of people that buy trucks.
Right.
You're fucking dumb, bro.
But if he would have just made it a continuation of the style of the other cars that are in the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the people would go for it for sure. Yeah.
Because it does, I mean, it can go up to 500 miles per
I saw
charge,
that,
which is pretty cool. And it starts
Impressive.
at $39,000, which is very comparable to
like
a
an actual
top-of-the-line
truck.
Yeah.
Like those big ass trucks. I think my cousin's truck was like almost 60 grand.
Yeah.
Because it's huge.
They can be like really nice.
Yeah, but his is super nice. It's like 4 fucking door or whatever. Because you know how they get like big and shit.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us, man. You know, you guys,
the horsepower that you got.
Talking about wheels. You know how many wheels that shit got?
One of the wheels on the fucking Cybertruck
Fell off.
that shit was wonky. It's like it wasn't. They were showing it how like it wasn't on an even
awesome.
level with the other wheels. Oh my god!
Hey man, they gave it a shot. Good for them. Good for them.
I think they should come up with trucks, especially like commercial. Like fleets, could you imagine fleets of them for
whatever companies?
Yeah, for companies and stuff. That would be great.
Like a U-Haul, you could rent a truck from U-Haul,
right?
Could you imagine U-Haul having like Tesla trucks? Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Because one of the things that's annoying when you get a fucking U-Haul is you got to fill up the gas tank again. So if you could like undo that,
was talking about like how billionaires and how very very wealthy people like to spend their money, and how like when they give to organizations and stuff, it's always very like lofty futuristic type stuff, like how to, you know, not how to like treat diseases on the ground, but how to like cure diseases long term. Like it's always like these big picture things instead of like these
small picture things,
right? And
typically how like smarter people think. Yeah.
But I think that this is a good example of like you can make big differences right now on the ground, but you're like kind of, you know,
not it's just not hitting it, dude.
Like, you're just not into that.
Fucking Elon Musk, what a guppy.
You really that's a billionaire you want to meet?
I think so. I mean, I don't really care for billionaires. I don't want to meet Carlos Slim. I don't. These are the only ones I really know too. Carlos Slim, fucking Microsoft. I don't want to meet that fool. I don't want to meet. I would have wanted to meet Steve Jobs, but R.I.P.
Yeah, true. Steve smells though.
I don't want to meet any of like the TV one, like the Fox guy. I don't want to meet that motherfucker. The owner of JB Hunt is a billionaire woman, actually. Maybe I'd meet her just to be like, hey, give my brother a break.
I'll meet any billionaire and just be like, what a do, baby.
I'd rather meet Bernie than a billionaire.
Hey.
That's my slogan. Bernie over billionaires.
A balance of emotions is important to a well-rounded personality. But emotions out of control, well, let's take a look at a slice of everyday life.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Amanda Bynes.
Yes.
People know who Amanda Bynes is, right? She's an actress. There's not much to say. She's a child actress.
I feel like you only know Amanda Bynes if you're exactly our age.
Right?
Because
That's true.
I think like older, why would you know her? Younger, she's been out of the spotlight. I mean, except for the drama.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so Amanda Laura Bynes is an actress who was born in Thousand Oaks, California. Shout out to Thousand Oaks. Oh, I was laughing about our Octomom episode. Everybody was laughing at us, shouting out all those cities.
She's from T.O.? I had no idea she was a local girl.
Yup. She was born on April 3rd, 1986. So shout out to millennials for real.
Yeah. This fool like turned to listen to you.
Thank you, Lenny. I am interesting, aren't I? She's the youngest of 3 kids, born to her mom, Lynn, a dental assistant, and her dad, Rick, a dentist.
Oh. All right.
Her dad's Catholic and her mom was Jewish, so she says that she grew up with both religions. So Amanda started out as a child actress. Like I said, she began professionally acting at the age of 7.
Wow.
Her first gig was appearing in an ad for Bunch of Crunch Candies.
The hell is that?
Fucking Bunch of Crunch Candy. No, it's like Crunch, but remember they used to have like a bag that was like a bunch of little ones?
That slapped.
Yeah. I hate how like brands like that make those little things that then go away.
Yeah.
Because you don't even see it go away. And then years later, you're like, hey, wait a minute.
Does Crunch still exist in general?
Yeah, like Crunch bars. Yeah.
Huh. Might fuck around and get one of those.
During Amanda's childhood, she also appeared in theater in versions of Annie, The Secret Garden, The Music Man, and The Sound of Music.
Oh.
Later, she attended a comedy camp at the Los Angeles Laugh Factory, where she was spotted by a Nickelodeon producer before being officially cast by the network. And as they say, the rest is history.
A comedy camp? I feel like I heard that that's how Tiffany Haddish discovered comedy too. Like when she was a kid at Laugh Factory.
That's so cool. I hope
Yeah.
they still do that. Laugh Factory does a lot of great...
Stuff for the community, huh?
Yeah.
I remember it came up because in the Michael Jackson episode, the owner, I think, was he was the one who was connecting that kid Gabe with
Michael.
with, like, celebrity
No, you're right. Yeah.
donors and stuff.
Because he also, his family scammed someone else, right?
Like George Lopez or
And
something.
tried to scam a few people. Yeah. That's hella unfortunate. Amanda rose to fame with her roles on Nickelodeon's All That for seasons 3 through 6.
I remember being like moderately annoyed with her when she came on All That because like
Her characters are annoying.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, that's because she does it good.
And also she was just, I think by that point we had kind of like grown up with the cast a little bit, and then
she was
here
young.
was like this young one, and I was kind of like, I didn't really fuck with her.
Yeah. The show was produced and created by Nickelodeon executive Dan Schneider.
All That is created by Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think let's just remember his name.
Yeah.
My nephew Mateo kind of put me on to how problematic this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he is kind of the one that starts Amanda's career makes me kind of bad taste in my mouth.
I tried to listen to the NT episode
On him?
on Dan Schneider. Yeah, there's a lot there.
Really?
A lot. And it touches your Demi Lovato's, your Selena Gomez's, all of them.
Wow. Amanda's most famous character on All That was a sketch she did called Ask Ashley.
Oh yeah,
It was fucking annoying.
Yeah. She gave like
advice to people who would like
yeah.
write in. Yeah. She later became a regular member of the Nickelodeon show Figure It Out from 1997 to 1999.
I like that show.
Yeah.
Summer Sanders.
Yes. It was like a panel game show, and they were asked yes or no questions. And Lori Beth Denberg was on it.
Yep.
Amanda Bynes and Danny Tamborelli from Pete and Pete.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I never liked Pete and Pete.
I don't like Pete and Pete either.
The twins love Pete and Pete. I think maybe it was centered for like boys.
Yeah, maybe.
At the age of 13, Amanda got her own spin-off show and began starring in a sketch comedy called The Amanda Show.
Ooh.
From 1999 to 2002. This was similar to All That. It was a live action comedy sketch show, again, created by Dan Schneider, where basically Amanda would do sketches as different characters. So super typical.
Yeah.
Her most famous characters on this show were Judge Trudy, Penelope Taint, who had who had recurring guests Drake Bell and Josh Peck, who later got their own spin-off show, Drake and Josh, and Crazy Courtney.
Okay.
Because it's kind of crazy how all these Nickelodeon characters are connected to each other.
Yeah.
Now, Amanda at this point has cemented her own growing fan base. And so in 2002, she finally got a film role in a movie called Big Fat Liar, in which she starred alongside Frankie Muniz, who was also hot as fuck from...
Malcolm in the Middle, right? Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, so that same year, she also landed a co-starring role in the WB sitcom What I Like About You with Jenny Garth.
I always forget about that show, but that show was on for a long time.
That show has crazy good reviews. As I was doing this, I was kind of looking up her, like, the reviews of the shit that she was in, and What I Like About You has, like, very, very good reviews.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
because sitcoms don't do well anymore. Not like how they used to, we're all like past that. TV is real now.
Yeah, true.
Amanda also made some cash at this time doing voiceover work in Charlie's Web, the movies, and later in the animated comedy Robots.
The hell is that?
I don't know. So now she's cemented herself. She's a teenage actress. She's working all the time. She was on the cover of Vanity Fair in 2003. She was named Teen People's 25 Hottest Stars Under 25. She was one of the 25.
Yeah.
And then she started another romantic comedy in 2005 called Loved Wrecked. This is actually one that has really awful reviews.
Never even heard of this.
Me either.
And she was also very like quintessential of that time too, like as far as like her fashion and stuff. I remember her being very like the small mini skirts and shit,
with tights underneath. Yeah. But anyways, she's still on What I Like About You. So even though that movie wasn't doing good, she was doing all right. So then the sitcom ended and she started focusing more on her film career, and she starred in this movie called She's the Man opposite People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive 2012 Channing Tatum.
I have seen this movie, did not remember that Channing Tatum is in this.
Yeah. This movie's based on William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Which is the funniest thing about the movie. Also that Channing Tatum's in it. So Amanda pretends to be a boy in order to play on the boys' soccer team and ends up falling for Channing. Very provocative shit.
Yeah.
Channing also falls for her, and then alas, it turns out she's a woman, so he's not gay and he can exhale because that's a bad thing for Channing Tatum. And that's pretty much it. You guys don't need to watch it. Her next role was Penny Pingleton in Hairspray.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Wait, wasn't she in a movie with Colin Firth?
Yes, that's after this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't think I wrote that movie down. That movie is actually one that I've seen where she's like, Colin Firth is like king or to be king. And she's Colin Firth's child from a prior relationship that he doesn't know about.
Oh, interesting.
I think that one's called What I Like About You or something like that.
No, that's the name of her show.
Oh, my bad.
Right? No,
Did you write this? Or
it's called, it's a Christina Aguilera song.
What a Girl Wants.
There you go.
This was in 2003. Oh, damn. This was way before all this. This movie's not bad. It's like, don't watch
like
it.
Princess
watch it.
Diaries.
Yeah, put it on in the background.
Okay.
It's super cute. And Colin Firth is cute as fuck. Okay, so then she was in Hairspray, which was fucking huge, critical and commercial success. Went on to become Amanda's most successful film at the time. America's. Amanda was even on the soundtrack, which then the soundtrack got a few Grammy nominations, so this made her look good too.
Yeah, oh, true.
Hairspray was huge if you just think of everyone involved. If you haven't seen this movie, which I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer, Zac Efron, John Travolta,
Queen
Latifah, Allison Janney.
Yeah. I mean, I like Hairspray the musical, but Hairspray, the OG Hairspray is my fucking shit.
I remember that when this movie came out, because you liked the OG Hairspray, your dad would buy you stuff of this movie.
One.
Yeah, it was so cute. Okay, so then she started another comedy called Sydney White, which is a movie based on Snow White, modern day Snow White. In 2008, she was in the Lifetime television movie called Living Proof, where she was the student assistant of Harry Connick Jr.'s character.
Oh.
And I guess this movie was actually kind of a big deal at the time. I looked it up. It was produced by Renee Zellweger.
Oh.
And then it was backed by Sony Pictures. It's based on the true story of a doctor who helped develop a breast cancer drug, Herceptin. So that was actually like a really smart choice for her.
Is this a Lifetime movie?
Yeah, but it actually did pretty well. Amanda was then set to reprise her role as Penny Pingleton in the sequel to Hairspray 2, but the project was canceled.
Hairspray 2?
Yeah, it was going to be called White Lipstick.
Huh.
I also looked this up because I was like, Hairspray, exactly like you. I was like, Hairspray 2. John Waters said he had written a script and everything, but not enough people would latch on. And then maybe it was going to be like a straight to DVD thing. So they just fucking squashed it.
And then when that happens, it usually like cheapens the brand and stuff.
So you don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to just get paid. But I guess John Waters didn't want to whore himself out for some money. Good for you, bro.
Because John Waters made so much money off of Hairspray the play.
Yeah.
Because that shit was on Broadway for like a decade.
Yeah.
So like
he don't need it. Yeah.
And he lives in Baltimore.
Oh God, he's a billionaire. All right, John Waters is the billionaire I'd meet.
And all you gotta do is bring some poppers.
Hell yeah. In 2007, Amanda got a Twitter.
Oh.
She started tweeting one day that she was Jewish, and she was like, out of nowhere.
Oh, but she is Jewish though, right?
Yeah, so she's like, but it was just kind of weird, like unprompted. Everybody was like, what is this? Like, she's like, I don't know exactly what I believe in, but I grew up both, and I think I'm Jewish.
Okay.
In August 2007, she teamed up with Stephen Barry's to create her own fashion line called Dear.
Damn, remember Stephen Barry's?
Yeah.
I got the SJP, the Sarah Jessica Parker swimsuits.
I had her, Sarah Jessica Parker, like t-shirts and shit.
Sweatpants.
Yeah. Dear was Amanda's line, and it was like accessories. It's funny how you say her style is quintessential of this era, because it's like hella layers, hella thin scarves and mini skirts.
Thin scarves.
Yeah, like it's so funny. Like when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, it's totally high school. The line was cut short when Stephen Barry's filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy after the recession in 2008. In June 2009, Amanda signed a 2-picture deal with Screen Gems and co-starred in the 2010 film Easy A alongside Emma Stone, which went on to be a pretty big critical and commercial success.
I love that movie.
That movie's really good.
That might be the last maybe high school type movie that I really like.
Have seen. It's funny that you say that, because I just watched on Hulu, that movie came on there with Jonah Hill's sister.
Oh, Booksmart?
Booksmart.
Saw that on the plane. Really liked it.
Yeah. And whatever, I watched it, and it was just like, oh my God, like, I don't even remember what high school's like anymore. Like, I remember watching those high school movies and being like, okay, like, you feel like, it's like you and stuff.
Or you
now.
watch it when you're younger.
Yeah.
And younger
You're
than
like,
high school. And
that's what high school's going to be like. Yeah. But when I watched this one, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm old. This shit's crazy. So there was a lot of praise about Amanda's role in this movie, and then she was linked on to do another role with the same production company, but she ended up breaking the contract.
Uh-oh.
And so around this time is where you start to see questionable behavior by her that starts accelerating. Later in 2009, she was originally set to star in the comedy Postgrad, but dropped out and was replaced by Alexis Bledel. Yeah. Shout out to Matt.
Who I did not realize was Latina until recently.
She's Latina?
She's Latina, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's like Peruvian or something.
Ooh, shout out to Peru, baby. That's on our travel list. The Drama Club's travel list. The production company gave no reason for dropping Amanda, but it sparked these rumors that she was in personal trouble and that she had been exhibiting bizarre behavior on set. On Twitter, Amanda insisted that she left because of scheduling conflicts.
And what year is this?
2009.
Okay. So, and she's our age, so she's like
20?
Okay.
Right? No. I can't do math. Yeah, she's like 20. In 2010, Amanda started recording the comedy film Hall Pass alongside Jason Sudeikis, but again was abruptly dropped and replaced by Alexandra Daddario.
What is this? What movie is that?
Oh my God, it's so dumb. I've actually seen this one. It's like Jason Sudeikis and a bunch of other guys who are married they want to get divorced, but instead of getting divorced, their wives give them a quote hall pass.
Yeah.
So for like 2 weeks they could be single or some shit.
Is Owen Wilson? No, Luke Wilson.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Or
It sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah. Men of that caliber. That same July, Amanda announced on Twitter that she was retiring from acting. She tweeted, quote, "I know 24 is a young age to retire, but you heard it here first. I've #retired. I don't love acting anymore, so I've stopped doing it." This tweet actually came out right before Easy A hit theaters.
Oh, shit.
So it got hella hype on the internet, being so closely related to the movie that ended up doing so well.
Huh. And actually, I'm not mad at this move. Like, if she wanted to retire right now, because She's got hella money in the bank. She was on a very successful sitcom for a long time.
Right.
And it's kind of like...
she actually was in a few successful films.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like child actors are so exploited, really. Like
they kind of get burnt out.
Right. For her to like... I mean, if to successfully walk away and just live her life, I'd be like, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Olsen twins.
Yeah.
They stepped out of filmmaking and they were like, we're going to become waspy and fucking weird.
We're going to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. I fucking stan the Olsen twins, dude. I love those like Instagram accounts that are like dedicated to them.
They're so obsessed with them.
They're always like all cadaver-like and just smoking and...
Well, from what I understand, one of them has agoraphobia.
What's that?
That's when you're scared to go outside.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, so cut to a few weeks later, and she tweeted hashtag LOL. Just kidding. I'm not retiring. So much for that. And then in 2011, we straight up just didn't hear much about her or anything. She wasn't working on any films or in any TV appearances, but she tweeted once in April that her dog died. R.I.P. Yeah. In March 2012, Amanda was pulled over for talking on the phone while driving. Remember when that law became a thing and everybody had Bluetooths?
Yeah.
I got a ticket for that with Nan in the car with me one time.
No way. You were talking on the phone or you were
I was
texting?
talking on the phone and this fucking guppy officer on a bike, like not motorbike, like a bicycle, like rolled up and tapped my window and was like, pull over. And I was like, what? And Nan like grabbed the phone from me.
One time on campus, I saw a guy, one of those bicycle cops try to pull over a guy and he just drove off.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you gonna do? Well, dumbass me, I pulled over, got a ticket. Anyway, so this cop pulled her over and started writing the ticket to her and then she drove off. This is exactly what we said.
Hell yeah.
The very next month, Amanda got a DUI in West Hollywood.
Ooh.
A few weeks later, she did a hit and run on May 4th.
God damn it.
When she got pulled over by the police for side swiping someone else's car and just like kept on going.
This is all in over the course of just like 3 months?
It's like over the course of like 6 months overall because we got another one coming. On August 20th, she got into another accident. And then the very next month, the DMV took away her license finally.
Oh, wow. This is the OG hot girl summer, man.
3 days after getting her license taken away, she got caught driving without her headlights on.
What the fuck?
And then 1 month after that, she got her car impounded because she was caught driving with a suspended license.
Oh, girl, just stop.
Yeah, seriously. And also stop fucking driving. Like, just get off the road.
Whatever it is that you're doing, like, I mean, I'll stop that too, but you could find somebody to drive you.
Yeah. I mean, Uber didn't exist by this time, but
you got friends.
Yeah. Amongst all of the driving drama, Amanda is tweeting like crazy.
Yeah.
She opened up about having an eating disorder, bluntly saying that she had a hard time staying thin, and like she often posted things about her eating disorder. Like she would post pictures of herself with no shirts on and be like, "Oh yeah, oh I gained weight, need to lose weight, hashtag diet or whatever." Like she was always kind of saying stuff like that. On March 21st, we got the now infamous line, quote, "I want Drake to murder my vagina."
Thank you, Amanda, for contributing that to the culture.
Seriously, though.
Where would we be if we didn't have that?
I'm at low-key disappointed in Drake for never rapping this in one of his songs or something.
Or ever attempting to hit that, because, I mean...
No, she's sick, though. He can't do that. That'd be weird.
But he's trying to holla at 11.
Oh, that's true. Drake's problematic. A few weeks later, she tweeted a picture of herself with half of her hair buzzed off, saying, quote, "I buzzed half of my head like Cassie. This is the new me and I love it."
That's right.
Yeah. And everybody was like, "Oh, Britney Spears vibes." Like, obviously that's what people are going to correlate that to. And another thing she kept doing around this time is reposting media outlets that were documenting her erratic behavior. And she kept saying she was going to sue them. She was fucking suing. She was suing everybody. She might sue us.
That's like Aaron Carter is doing that now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. And he's like, "I'm going to sue this person. I'm going to sue you."
Well, then she like straight up shouted out Perez Hilton, saying that he hires paparazzi to take pictures of her at the worst angles that make her look the worst and stuff. On May 24th, 2013, Amanda's publicist reportedly called the New York Police Department after Amanda called him high and said that she didn't want to live anymore.
Oh.
Later that month, she was charged with reckless endangerment, tampering with evidence, and marijuana possession after she was found smoking in the lobby of her Manhattan apartment building.
She lives in New York. What's she doing driving?
She does both. She
okay.
like bicoastal.
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, move to New York, girl. You don't have to drive.
Yeah. When officers entered her apartment, which was on the 36th floor, talking about money, cha-ching.
Yep.
She allegedly threw her bong out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was arrested on the scene. This was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it had been like all this stuff happening, and then it was like, oh,
right.
shit. A New York County judge later dismissed the case against her. But right after she was arrested, she took to Twitter to deny that this ever happened, deny that she ever touched any drugs, and also insisted that she had been sexually assaulted by one of the officers that made the arrest.
Oh.
Her tweet said, quote, "He slapped my vagina, period, sexual harassment, period."
Oh my God.
A few days later, she took to Twitter to say that her parents are almost 70 years old and she doesn't speak to them and she doesn't want anything to do with them.
Oh.
Then she got into it with Rihanna.
What?
Yeah.
Don't do this, girl.
I know.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
She ended up deleting these tweets right away, but you know how the internet be.
Yeah.
She tweeted at Rihanna, quote, "Chris Brown beat you because you're not pretty enough."
Oh, God.
And then she said, quote, at Rihanna, "No one wants to be your lover, so you call everyone and their mother that I almost named my new dog Rihanna." Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Rihanna responded by saying, quote, "You see what happens when they cancel intervention?" Which is actually pretty tame for Rihanna.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, is that her actually being nice to her?
I think it's, her recognizing like
there's something wrong with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few days later, Amanda tweeted that she's going to have a long, successful career as a rapper.
Oh.
And this is all happening at the time where we kept seeing paparazzi pictures of her, because remember she had buzzed half her hair.
Yeah.
So she had these really awful wigs, like long wigs that she would like cover half of her face with, and they looked all uncombed and shit.
And they were like plastic.
Yeah,
they weren't even like good.
Yeah, they weren't even good wigs.
Yeah.
They didn't even have lace front. They were awful. In July 2013, Ventura County Sheriff's deputies detained Amanda after she allegedly started a small fire in the driveway of a stranger's house in Thousand Oaks.
Whoa.
She was then hospitalized under a 72-hour mental health hold.
Finally.
At this time, Amanda's parents filed in court for conservatorship of their daughter, like right after her hospitalization began.
I feel like, could she have been hospitalized earlier? Like maybe following the arrest?
The bong thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's erratic. Definitely starting a fire in someone's driveway, that's erratic.
Yeah.
But throwing a bong out the window, you're just trying to get rid of the evidence that you were smoking at the time when it was illegal. In August, the judge granted Amanda Bynes' mom temporary conservatorship over her affairs, which is great.
Yeah.
In October 2014, Amanda took to Twitter to accuse her dad of emotional and sexual abuse.
Oh, yeah.
And her parents immediately proclaimed their innocence. And then Amanda started tweeting again saying, well, actually, like, my dad never abused me, but, quote, the microchip in my brain made me say those things, but he's the one that ordered them to microchip me anyways.
That's like, it's so bad.
You're like delusional, right? Do you remember that dude in Mad Men who cut his nipple off?
Oh, yeah.
That always struck me as like a shocking storyline, because you could see how something like someone so normal could fall so quickly when you have something wrong with you, that goes untreated.
Oh.
Days later, Amanda's mom again received conservatorship from the judge. And soon after, Amanda publicly announced that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Okay, so we've got a diagnosis.
Right. And
her mom's the conservator.
Yep. So they're like taking the right steps to take care of her.
Okay.
Her mom in August 2018 filed to continue the conservatorship, which was granted through August 2020. So I think it's like substantial.
Yeah.
In 2018, Amanda posed for the cover of Paper magazine. So by now she's been out of the spotlight for a few years because everything went down in like from 2010 to 2013. 2014 is when her parents stepped in and they were like, nope, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And that's the time when she said, I'm bipolar.
Yeah.
And then we really just didn't hear anything about her for a few years. And then people spotted her on FITM's campus in LA, showing that she was like doing school.
Because she had been saying, I think that was like the last I heard of her, that she wanted to go to fashion school or something.
Yeah. So then in 2018, she reappeared. She posed for the cover of Paper magazine and said that she had been sober now for 4 years because of the help of her parents. She also apologized for what she had said on Twitter during the years of her substance abuse, saying, quote, I'm really ashamed and embarrassed with the things I've said, and I can't turn back time, but if I could, I would. And I'm so sorry to whoever I hurt and whoever I lied about because it really eats away at me. Mm-hmm. So she's definitely like on the path to getting better, if not, you know.
And she was sick. I think that, I mean, you have to understand that. I think if you're one of the people that she hurt during that time,
right? Like the awful things she tweeted to Rihanna. Yeah. Like she didn't know.
Yeah.
She also opened up about her drug use, saying that she started smoking weed after she left Nickelodeon, and while she was transitioning to film roles, and that the weed led her to trying and then abusing Adderall. And Adderall was something that she liked to use to curb her appetite because she had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And that's also something that Lindsay Lohan has said.
Oh, really?
That she did Adderall to curb her appetite because they're trying to stay thin.
Yeah.
Also somebody who was a child actor.
This fucking pressure that we put on
women.
young women.
Yeah. It's so awful. Ugh. She said that after she did that movie She's the Man with Channing Tatum, that she like fell into a deep depression because she thought like she really looked like a boy, and she already had body image issues and shit, so it just didn't help.
That's so sad.
And then with that movie Hall Pass, she said she was taking so much Adderall at that time that she couldn't focus enough to memorize her lines. But that her true partying began after all of the success with Easy A, and that's the time when she said, "I'm retiring from acting."
I got parties to go to. Did she say what drugs she was doing?
No, she only ever talks about the weed and Adderall.
It's got to be
coke, right?
I was gonna say crack or meth.
Maybe, yeah. Also that, yeah. But she said that one day she hopes to return to film roles, but that at this time she's focusing on studying at FITM in LA, and she's focusing on doing well in school and on her sobriety.
Good. She graduated, huh?
Yeah. So that's actually a pretty positive ending for Amanda Bynes.
Damn. I know she's still going through it. I mean, I do hope that maybe one day she can return to acting, but it's like you want the right people around her. You know,
right. And her parents seem to be good people, actually. You know, just... I think I bet if you're a child star, it's kind of like a double-edged sword for parents because they'll definitely blame you when it goes wrong. And they're also going to be like, look at Leo. Like he always talks about his mom because it went so well for him.
Right.
So I don't know.
That's a good one, Steph.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's a rather simplified suggestion of a complex mental process. But you get the idea. Cause, effect.
All right. I've got one. I'm doing Tina Turner.
Hell yeah. Again, shout out to Big Gus, right?
Yeah, shout out to Gus. This one was one that I said I was first going to do on the podcast early this year, like very early. But then I just kept putting it off. But then, of course, our fairy godfather, Gus, requested it like over a month ago. So I decided to work on it while we were on vacation. So here we are. For this, I obviously watched What's Love's Got to Do. Got to do with it. I also watched a 60 Minutes interview in which Mike Wallace, RIP, is visibly and hilariously very thirsty for Tina.
Really?
Yeah. It's so funny.
That's tight.
He keeps talking about her legs and shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, Mike, aren't you like one of the great American newsmen? Like, shouldn't you be trying to compose yourself? And I think he is trying to compose himself.
So imagine,
like, yeah.
Hey man, everybody's got somebody.
He just keeps getting flabbergasted while he's talking to her and saying she's beautiful, and it's awesome.
She is. That is awesome.
Also, shout out to Mike Wallace for being down with the swirl We love swirls on this podcast.
If you ain't down with the swirl, tune out. Press stop on your fucking iPhone or Samsung. If you got a Samsung, don't listen to us. That's funny because I bet to him, Tina Turner was like so sexy when she came out because they hadn't seen stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's really cute.
And like her onstage persona is
Oh my God,
it's like sex. You know? And I like her onstage persona because it is sex, but it's not like explicit sort of. It's just like a natural sexiness.
Right.
All right. So I also consulted the Wikipedias, of course. So let's get started. Anna Mae Bullock was born in Nutbush, Tennessee on November 26, 1939. Nutbush.
That's our other podcast.
Extremely happy birthday to our girl Tina, who's turning 80 this week.
Damn.
Is it today? Oh, no, it's in 3 days. Anna Mae was from extremely humble beginnings. She grew up in a 2-room shack with her parents and 2 older sisters.
Wow.
And both of her parents were factory workers, and her dad also worked on a farm overseeing sharecroppers, where little Anna Mae would help pick cotton from around the time she was 8 years old, but she hoped to one day become a nurse.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is amazing.
Yeah. From the time she was 3, she was shipped off from relative to relative for various reasons. At first, it was when her parents moved to the city to work in a factory during World War II. There's something so weird about imagining Tina Turner during World War II.
Yeah,
right?
just like this little.
Right. Because it's like she's like an icon of such a certain time that it's like.
You don't think of her as anything other than that.
Right. Anyway, after the war, when her parents separated, her mom ran off. So Anna Mae was shipped off to live with another relative. I think her grandma at that point. Her dad similarly took off to start a new family in Detroit. So understandably, she had some abandonment issues and later wrote in her autobiography that she wasn't sure that her mother ever loved her.
Oh, no.
Her father had been abusive towards her mother, and her mother had been ready to leave him when she found out she was pregnant with Anna Mae. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some resentment on her mother's part for being like the quote unquote reason that she like had to stay.
Right.
You know? Anyway, so Anna Mae was very social in high school and joined the basketball team and was a cheerleader. She also worked as a maid for family, and I saw in an interview in which she says that the matriarch of that family became like a mother figure to her since her own mother basically wasn't really around.
Wow. Shout out to
whoever that was.
Yeah. Also just like people who work in houses. What is that industry called?
I don't know. Like
home help? Service, yeah, it's like the service industry.
Service industry, yeah. Yeah, so when her grandmother died, Anna Mae was basically forced to go live with her mom, finally, in St. Louis when she was around 16.
Wow.
The next year, in 1957, she and her sister, Aline, started hitting up the clubs in St. Louis, where they saw Ike Turner and his band, the Kings of Rhythm, perform several times. The girls became low-key obsessed with Ike and his band. They were basically groupies, and they would go see them play whenever they could. Aline was dating the drummer, and Anna Mae was dating the saxophonist, a guy named Raymond Hill. One night, the drummer was doing some crowd work during an intermission when he handed the mic to Anna Mae, and she started to sing a B.B. King song. As soon as she started to sing, Ike was fucking shook. She just had this distinct, amazing, strong, like borderline gritty voice, and Ike knew like the moment that he heard it that she had something.
Yeah.
So he asked her what other songs she knew, and she sang with them for the rest of that night.
Damn.
And that was it. She was officially a background singer for the band under the name Little Ann.
Ooh.
The next year, in 1958, she graduated high school and also worked as a nurse's aide at the local hospital. Also, in 1958, she gave birth to her first son, Craig. Let
me borrow your car right quick.
Craig by her boyfriend Raymond. Raymond was a piece of shit, so he just quit the band and bounced before Craig was born.
Ooh.
So Anna Mae was a single mom at 19,
wow.
And she's juggling that with nursing and doing the music thing on the side for the next year or so when she's at the studio with Ike, ready to sing background on the track A Fool in Love, which Ike had written for the artist Art Lassiter. But Art didn't show up. And Ike had already paid for the studio time, so he just had Anime sing it, thinking he'd just use it as a demo until he could get Art to come in and record the real vocals in the future. But when a local DJ heard it, he was like, nope, you need to send this to a label and put it out now. This is amazing. And this is actually my favorite Ike and Tina song. It's like a motherfucking bop.
Yeah.
So Ike sends the record to the president of Sue Records, who's like, yes, and throws 25 grand at him, which was a lot of money in 1960.
Hell yeah.
As an advance to put out the record. Then Ike renames Anime Tina and adds the surname Turner, and then trademarks the name so that if Tina ever moved on, like any number of singers the band had before, he could just bring in another singer. She'd be the new Tina Turner, and he could keep the band, he and the
same,
band
basically. Yeah.
So
that's a certain kind of evil.
Really?
I don't know.
It's like, yeah, I guess so.
Like there are bands that I know, like their record labels copyright the name of the band that they can't release unless they're within that record label. I think it's just a weird power thing.
Yeah, it's true. And also the idea that a woman is disposable and like replaceable, like I'll replace her, no one will ever know.
Well, knowing what we know about Ike.
So anyway, so they put out A Fool in Love, and it's a huge hit on the R&B charts and even crept up the Hot 100 charts. That kicked off what would become a period of nonstop work as they put out single after single, and they created a stage show called the Ike and Tina Review, featuring the band and a girl group called the Ikettes.
Hell yeah.
This show was a smash.
Yep.
And it's what I think we all kind of think of when we think of Ike and Tina. Tina on stage, I think, can best be described as electric. She's super high energy, sexy, powerful. She's a fucking star. One night while on tour, Tina was trying to curb some dude that was trying to get it in with her. So she hides out in Ike's hotel room, and one thing led to another, and they got busy.
Interesting that it took them this long, right?
Yeah, that it was like very platonic friendship.
Because then, I mean...
Well, he was like, he was not married, but like he had a common law wife.
Right.
So, I mean, not that he wasn't fucking around on her anyway, but you know.
But it also makes me think like they probably had like the strongest connection too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you built it like that, fuck.
Yeah, so they got fucking busy. And this was kind of awkward because they'd been friends for years at this point. And also Ike had a high-key common law wife at the time named Lorraine, with whom he had 2 kids, Ike Jr. and Michael. But that was kind of it. Ike and Tina were Ike and Tina on and off stage now. This was also around the time that Ike first became abusive towards Tina.
Oh, no.
He hit her in the head when she showed hesitation about the name change and going on tour. Because remember that she had a little boy, so like...
Right. She didn't want to... She wanted to be at home with her baby.
Right. So things were like piling up. But Tina kind of brushed that incident aside because things were kind of happening for her because of Ike's vision for them.
Right.
And also, she legitimately cared for Ike and was, of course, grateful for everything that he'd done for her, letting her join the band, recording songs and whatnot. Plus, she had a son with Ike they named Ronnie in October of 1960. So things were super entangled between them and complicated.
Right.
So now they're on tour, performing for literally months at a time without a single night off. And this goes on literally for years until 1965.
Jesus.
They didn't even really take any time off when they got married in 1962. Not so fun fact, Ike took Tina to Tijuana for a quickie wedding because they were on the road, so it had to be fast and like they didn't have time to like go get a license and like get blood tests. I think you had to do back then and shit.
That's so sad.
So they go to Tijuana for the quickie wedding. And that night, to quote unquote celebrate, he forced her to go to a brothel with a live sex show.
Oh, no.
She said that she didn't even try to resist because at that point she was already very familiar with what resisting Ike meant.
Right.
And she said that she didn't want a black eye on her wedding day.
Oh, no.
Also around this time, I think that Ike adopts Craig.
Okay.
Because later the question of his custody comes up in their divorce.
Wow.
She also, I think, adopted Ike Jr. and Michael.
Okay.
So they're all like
the 4 of them.
Yeah, her boys. Anyway, so they're doing that working musician grind this whole time, and they're super successful in making a ton of cash because they're working so fucking much.
Right.
But they're by no means super famous, despite even earning a Grammy nomination along the way. Then, friend of the show, I guess, and murderer Phil Spector caught their show at a club, and he was like, I have to work with Tina. That didn't sit well with Ike.
Uh-oh.
But then Phil was like, I'll give you 20 grand if you let her record one song with me. And Ike was like, I'll take it.
Oh, wow.
So Tina recorded the song River Deep, Mountain High.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Which became a hit in Europe, particularly in the UK. Not so much here, actually. And Phil Spector actually considers this his masterpiece.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, because he's like, Tina's the perfect singer for the sound that he was trying to, the wall of sound that he was trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they didn't work more together, but
Phil is a weirdo, and so is Ike.
Yeah.
Ike is controlling.
Exactly.
So. And Phil likes black women, right? So I'm sure Ike was like, fuck no.
Right, it's true. And like they both like guns and women.
Ooh,
like
fuck.
so it's like you kind of don't want to cross. If you come across somebody who's like exactly like you, like you're probably like, oh, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Let me not cross this crazy motherfucker.
Seriously.
So anyway, off the strength of that record, Ike and Tina opened for the Rolling Stones during their 1966 tour, who were at the absolute peak of their success.
Oh my God, I'm sure Mick loved Tina.
Yeah, so that marked the beginning of a lifelong friendship between Tina and Mick Jagger.
Aww.
And Mick later admitted that Tina taught him how to dance on that tour. And ever since I heard that, I can't unsee that Mick's moves are basically Tina's moves.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. White Tina moves, but whatever. So now Ike and Tina are hot in the UK, and they have a lot more cred here in the US off of their association with the Stones and Phil Spector. So they get a new record deal and release new music to a lot more recognition stateside, and even a Grammy nomination for Tina for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
Nice.
They even headline a Vegas show where everyone comes to see them, and I mean everyone. Bowie, Cher, Janis, Elton, Elvis, everyone.
Jesus.
They're basically your favorite singer's favorite band in the late 1960s.
Yeah.
By 1968, though, Ike's abuse continued to escalate along with his drug, mostly cocaine, and alcohol abuse. The regular beatings had become really, really bad to the point where her nose had collapsed. She'd had several facial fractures and one of her breasts became misshapen.
Wow.
This unfortunately led Tina to attempt to take her life by taking 50 Valium.
No.
But some of the Ikettes noticed that she was acting off right away because Tina didn't do drugs and like she rarely drank.
Mm-hmm.
So she's backstage and she's like slurring her words and they were like,
what the
shit.
fuck? Yeah.
So they called an ambulance and they saved her life in the emergency room.
Wow.
All the while Ike was verbally abusing her in the hospital, mad at her how much the hospital stay would cost and the fact that they had to cancel the show and shit. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
Oof.
In his autobiography, Ike later wrote, quote, "Sure, I've slapped Tina. We've had fights and there have been times when I punched her to the ground without thinking, but I never beat her."
What the fuck is punching her to the ground without thinking?
Yeah. I watched this documentary where one of the Ikettes, actually the only white Ikette, which is
Interesting.
made me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
She's mad about the way Ike is portrayed in the movie.
Ugh.
She's like, he wasn't like that. I'm like, this is Ike admitting right here that he was like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Just because he didn't do
And
that
Tina
to you
has
because you're a
talked
little
about
white girl.
this.
Yeah, but she doesn't believe Tina.
Fuck you. Fuck that girl.
I was like, because Ike wouldn't hit a white girl?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Why put yourself on the edge for someone who wouldn't fucking do it for you?
Yep. I know.
What is
I know.
that?
Mm-mm. So, yeah, this piece of shit, he broke her jaw. He threw hot coffee in her face and she got third-degree burns. It was endless. It was torture. She actually had to have several reconstructive surgeries. So if you look at her now, like she has a different nose. It's like she kept the same shape, but it's just been reconstructed. And like she says, maybe this has changed now, but like with the interview I saw from maybe like 15 years ago, maybe even 20 at this point, she talks about like that's the only cosmetic surgery that she's had, just the reconstructive surgeries.
Right.
In 1960, she looks fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
In 1969, they joined the Stones again on tour, this time in the US, and start making some really high-profile TV appearances on stuff like The Ed Sullivan Show and Playboy After Dark.
Ooh.
Dude, they need to re-release Playboy After Dark.
I know. Hef is a problematic fave of mine. I'll say that. Yeah, same. All right. Because it's disappointing. Like, I mean, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that a lot of people are like the just complicated people, you know?
Right. Right.
And Ike and Tina's sound really shifted around this time to be a lot less R&B to a lot more rock, which I think really suited Tina's voice more.
Hell yeah, it does.
In 1971, the duo released their cover of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary, which became an absolute smash hit.
Fuck yeah.
And would become their signature song. This song came out at a perfect time for them because they were really just like getting a lot of mainstream recognition and high profile cosigns. So to top it off with this hit was just like, oh, fantastic.
Also, shout out to Creedence Clearwater Revival.
I don't know them besides this song.
Oh, no. Yeah, you do me. If you don't like Creedence Clearwater Revival, you don't like music.
They sound exactly like everyone who wears like a denim jacket around this time.
Hey, I got a denim jacket. I probably would have been wearing it around this
like
time.
Joe Crocker.
Hold on. You do know like their main song because...
Besides Proud Mary?
Yeah. And it's bothering me that I can't remember. Have you ever seen The Rain?
The Rain.
Yeah. All right. We don't got to pay if it's less than like 3 seconds or something, right?
I think it's 8 seconds.
All right, cool.
That's your dad's kind of music, huh?
Fuck yeah, that's why I like know that stuff. He also loves Ike and Tina. There's a really cool video of Tina Turner playing with, I want to say, Rage Against the Machine.
That sounds about right.
And they're both like screaming like with each other. It's so good.
So this song ends up winning Ike and Tina a Grammy for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or a Group, and their live album becomes their first album to go gold.
Wow.
The duo ride this wave for a little bit, and Tina even starts writing a bunch of songs, including the hit Nutbush City Limits about her hometown. In 1973, Tina became a Buddhist and began chanting upwards of 4 hours a day.
Holy shit. That's bad for your voice, girl. Right? You already seem like that.
Buddhism seems to have really changed her life for the better, I think.
Good.
And she credits it with giving her the strength that she needed to realize that she could stand up on her own, which is great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
In 1974, Tina released her first solo album, a country album called Tina Turns the Country On.
Hey, we stand a country bop. Listen to our country bop playlist.
We need to put a Tina Turner song on it, apparently.
I don't think I've ever heard a country song of hers.
I haven't either.
Huh.
This is all Ike. Ike kind of plotted this as an attempt to widen her fan base.
Interesting. Probably like she was getting too famous and too strong also. So he was like, let me like make her a little less spicy.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like black audiences weren't really fucking with this like new
like rockish
rock sound, and they had kind of plateaued like in the R&B
right
type vibe. So he was like, he always kept trying to get bigger, but he was never satisfied with where they were at. So anyway, also in 1974, Tina filmed her acting debut in the iconic smash hit movie Tommy.
Hell yeah.
Tina plays the acid queen in what to me was the scariest part of the movie as a kid. The acid queen is a prostitute who gives this crazy LSD to Tommy, who is blind and deaf, in an attempt to cure him. The only thing that saved me from this part of the movie is that right after this, Elton John as a pinball wizard comes out, and that's basically how I knew that I didn't need to be scared anymore. Tommy is a motherfucking trip, guys. If you haven't seen it, I can't like wholeheartedly recommend it. Like, I mean, like,
no, you should watch it. I think if you haven't seen it,
I think like I like it because I like The Who, you know? So,
yeah.
So like if you like The Who or just that sort of type of music, Pink Floyd, whatever in general, then watch it. But I don't like, if you don't like that kind of music, I don't think you would like Tommy.
Yeah. If you don't like that kind of music, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, true. Right. Anyway, so Tommy drops in 1975 and Tina finds herself in a hit role in one of the biggest movies of the year and one of the most iconic movies ever. And she followed it up with her second solo album, Acid Queen.
Hell yeah.
Featuring covers of The Who, Led Zeppelin, and Rolling Stones, of course. So she's basically cementing her status as a full-on rock star at this point.
Right.
Meanwhile, Ike is out of his mind on cocaine all day, every day.
Wow. He's super skinny too, huh?
Yeah. But at 37, Tina is reaching greater heights than ever, and she's ready to capitalize on that by signing a new lucrative long-term record deal in July of 1976. But just 6 days before the deal was to be signed, Ike attacked Tina in a limo from the Dallas airport to the hotel in which they were staying and scheduled to play. This, as we know, was unfortunately not unusual.
Right.
What was unusual was that Tina decided to fight back
Good.
hard. She fucked Ike up.
Good.
And she managed to escape. She fled first to a hotel where she realized that all she had were the clothes on her back, 36 cents in change, and a gas credit card.
Fuck.
Somehow she makes it to a friend's house for refuge and just 3 weeks later files for divorce on the grounds of irreconcilable differences. Their divorce takes another 2 years to finalize.
It's super scary how long she was with him.
16 years. Yeah.
That's so fucked up, man.
And the abuse started pretty much from the beginning.
Right. Well, yeah, he took her to that fucking brothel after they got married.
Yeah.
But they had been together before they got married for a while, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the divorce takes a couple more years to finalize, during which Ike released a couple more Ike and Tina albums to try to cash out as best he could.
Right.
And I mean, he had money. He was fine. And on March 29th...
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about him?
True.
That's the thing.
On March 29th, 1978, with their divorce finally final, Tina walked away with nothing except her car, clothes, and her name, which Ike, of course, had tried to take from her as he had trademarked it. She even gave away all of her publishing royalties, which obviously could potentially be a shit ton of money over time. Tina also agreed to take on all the debts incurred from canceling tour dates, as well as Ike's personal and the couple's tax debt.
God damn. She would do literally anything to get away from this motherfucker.
Yeah. And she made no claims to any of the couple's shared real estate, recording studio, or song publishing business, all so she could finally escape this marriage.
That's fucking crazy.
So in 1977, it was up to Tina to start over. Not only start over because she wasn't starting from zero, she was starting from less than zero because of all the debt she took on to get rid of Ike.
Right.
She stayed with friends at first and worked cleaning their houses. Then, as soon as she was able to get her boys back after she got a stable place to stay, she went on food stamps for 2 years so that she could get back on her feet.
That's crazy.
She did small venues in Vegas, went on an Australian tour, and did a handful of appearances on TV, notably with friends like on the Sonny and Cher show.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cher, who I think was like Tina's whole career has kind of been like
supporting her.
Like she put her on the Sonny and Cher show early on, and like
that's awesome.
Meanwhile, Ike's abusive behavior didn't end, as he sent guys on multiple occasions to shoot at Tina's house.
What the fuck?
While her and the boys slept inside.
What a fucking sick motherfucker.
Just a psycho.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, he just wanted to keep sending her that message, I guess, that he could get to her, even if they weren't together. She says that she slept in the closet of that house because her room had a skylight, and she was terrified that one day he'd shoot her through it.
Oh my God.
In 1978 and 79, she released 2 studio albums that went absolutely nowhere, but her live show still brought people in, so at least she had that.
Yeah.
Side note, one of those failed albums, I guess, is a disco album.
Oh, no.
It's called Love Explosion.
Ooh. We need to make
to hear that.
Hey, there's some underground disco shit. Like, remember Karen Carpenter's disco album?
Yeah.
That shit was a bop.
I put like a couple of those songs on rotation.
Yeah, they're bops.
That shit slaps.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, for all intents and purposes, her career is dead.
Right.
She can put food on the table by doing small tours and like, playing these like cabaret shows. But
right.
That's about it.
Right.
But then in February 1980, Tina's friend Olivia Newton-John
what a friend.
introduced her to her manager Roger Davies, who then agreed to manage Tina too. Another thing about Tina, I know Tina's dope because all these people stan her. Like,
they want to see her do well.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I want to say, I think that Olivia Newton-John has a very great reputation.
Yeah, she does.
Every
she really
time I hear people talk about her, it's
only
just
the best. Yeah. Shout out to her because I think she's going through a tough time right now.
Oh.
So anyway, Roger Davies is managing her, and this is like Olivia Newton-John is like fucking killing it. So this is like someone with like clout,
right?
know? So he kept her touring because he couldn't just like okay, now you're famous again. It wasn't like that.
Right.
So he kept her touring throughout Europe, opening for friends like Rod Stewart and the Rolling Stones.
Oh, awesome.
And meeting with different production teams, and finally had Tina record a Temptations cover of Ball of Confusion, which became a hit in European dance clubs in 1982. Then in 1983, David Bowie was at the tail end of negotiations for a new record deal with Capitol Records. The Capitol team was ready to bring Bowie in for a dinner meeting to lock everything down, But Bowie was like, sorry guys, I'm not available tonight. I'm going to go see my favorite singer. So the Capitol guys are like, whatever, that's fine. We'll come with you and we'll sign the papers after. Who's your favorite singer? And he's like, Tina Turner.
Yeah, that's so dope. I love seeing pictures of them together.
Yeah, I know. And they're like, are you serious? Like, because at that point, I think the last time Tina really made any noise was like 8 years before.
Right. And she's kind of gone away.
Yeah, she's gone away. And like it was like Tommy, I think the last time they heard of her. And even before that, unless you were like really into music, you know what I mean? Like following the live shows and shit.
Yeah.
It would be, you probably knew Proud Mary. And then like maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, whatever. We'll go with you, whatever. But they thought he was tripping. So the Capitol team is at Tina's concert with Bowie, and after watching her perform, they're absolutely blown away.
Fuck yeah.
And they offer her a deal on the spot in her dressing room after the show.
That's amazing.
So now with the backing of Capitol Records, she releases an amazing cover of Al Green's Last Day Together, which was a huge hit. I'd never heard this cover before, but it's so good. Mm-hmm. On the strength of that record, the album Private Dancer was released in June of 1984, including the singles What's Love Got to Do With It?
Oh my God, mate. Problematic Halloween outfit. Let's dress up as Ike and Tina. I just want to hear you sing like that all the time. All the coke and shit.
One of those mustaches?
Yeah.
So What's Love Got to Do With It? And also the title track, Private Dancer.
Come on.
Dancer for money. And she just like rocked everyone's faces off. It was like the album that sold the most that year or some shit.
What's Love Got to Do With It is so fucking good.
It's so good.
It's just her voice.
Yeah.
What's love got
so
to do?
Powerful.
Yeah.
And her pronunciation, because she says got to do.
Yeah. It's so fucking good. Like just someone so fucking unique.
I saw an interview with the producers and engineers of that song, and they said one take.
Shut up.
One take. He said that he had just gotten finished working with and he works with all these legends, and he was just like naming people off. He said that he just got finished working with Shaka Khan, who's like obviously incredible.
Amazing. I fucking love Shaka Khan.
He was like, Shaka does 47 takes or something. And he was like, Tina, one take. And he was like, I got it.
So crazy. Oh man, I like when we do these episodes on singers, because now I'm like just thinking about, I can't wait to go listen
all this
to
music. Yeah,
all this
same. Shit. All right, so it's sold 10 million copies and won 4 Grammys, including Record of the Year.
Of course.
She went on not 1, but 2 completely sold out world tours to support the album.
Cha-ching!
And there was no denying that Tina had pulled off one of the most incredible comebacks of all time.
Ooh, and how salty do you think Ike was?
He was furious.
Oh, that's
good. That's the best part.
Good. Best
more than the money.
Yeah, seriously.
So anyway, so that same year, she sang on We Are the World.
Oh,
and then the next year, she co-starred with Mel Gibson in the smash hit movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
She looks dope in that movie,
she does.
Too.
Contributing 2 songs for the soundtrack, including We Don't Need Another Hero.
That's when Mel Gibson was like fine.
He was kind of cute. I mean, when he was sexiest man alive, he was kind of cute, I think.
He's such a weird sex symbol to me, because he's not somebody that I ever think is cute, but like who my mom always is. Like she remembers him like this, like when he was this young and hot and shit.
Yeah, but he does have, I think the reason why I don't like him is because he had that weird mullet for a while.
Yeah.
You know, when he should have been at his hottest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the Mad Max promo like picture? That's the one I think of, and I'm like, oh damn, he's fine. He's rugged.
That one.
Yeah. He looks like Jake Gyllenhaal right there a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, weird. All right, anyways.
So, so she wins another Grammy along the way.
You know, just pick one up real quick.
She performed at Live Aid with her old friend Mick Jagger, who ripped off her skirt during the performance, which was very shocking at the time.
Yeah.
This is a lifetime before the Justin and Janet wardrobe malfunction.
Hell yeah. Ooh, I hope she and Mick smashed. They probably did, right?
I don't know.
No?
No, because she was with Ike that whole time. Like,
yeah, but now she's single, right? And he's like a little sex machine. I hope so. Just to hear their moans would be fantastic. I would
record that shit.
release that shit as a single. I'll listen.
Put that over like just a beat, play it in the club. Yeah, this is that shit. So in the midst of all this, she meets German music executive Erwin Bach,
Hell yeah.
who, despite being 16 years her junior, becomes her bae. In 1986, Tina's autobiography, I, Tina, was published and became a worldwide bestseller. Did you know that Kurt Loder co-wrote that?
No.
And that's what What's Love Got to Do with It is based off of?
Wow.
Yeah. I
Damn,
was like,
shout out to Kurt Loder, MTV.
It also finally showed the public for the first time the abuse that Ike had put Tina through for over 16 years. And it really sent shockwaves through the public. On the back of her hit album, Break Every Rule, Tina once again toured the world several times and even broke the Guinness World Record for largest paying rock audience when she played for 180,000 people at Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro.
Damn, that's awesome.
That's fucking crazy. Her 1989 hit album, Foreign Affair, included one of her now signature songs, Simply the Best.
Yeah, I don't like that song that much, actually.
It's okay.
It's all right.
And in 1991, Ike and Tina were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Ew.
Ike was in prison, so he didn't go.
Oh, shit, he was?
Yeah.
For what?
I think he had drug charges.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also like robbery too. Like she left him with every advantage.
Yeah,
with
like he's a
everything.
fucking fool. He
And
didn't manage
fucked
that
it
shit
up.
well. Yeah. Good.
So Ike was in prison, and Tina, she didn't go because she was like taking a break, which low key was for the first time in like 18 years.
Yes,
like,
she's been like a hard-working,
Right.
performing musician. So
it's like more than 18 years actually, because she was performing from the time she was 17, and I think she was like in her 40s now. So
yeah.
so she didn't go. And Phil Spector accepted in their honor, actually.
Ew.
Fuck Phil Spector also, because at Ike's funeral he said some shit like Tina would be nothing without you or some shit.
Fuck you, Phil Spector.
The rest of the 90s just brought higher highs for Tina. Angela Bassett received an Oscar nomination for playing her in the hit biopic What's Love Got to Do with It?
Ooh, and shout out to Angela Bassett.
Yep,
a fucking
queen.
queen. And by now, Tina's a legend.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, anything she does is going to be like, almost like when Michael Jackson was planning his tours, you know?
Right.
Like, it's just like a legend is going on
It's
tour.
true.
You're going to sell out anything.
Yeah, it's true. And she's also like making that motherfucking paper
From
around
like,
this time.
yeah.
Like all her tours and stuff.
Yeah.
She has the highest
Residuals.
grossing tours and shit.
I'm sure.
Like, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. So she sang the theme for the James Bond movie Goldeneye, which I didn't realize was written by Bono and The Edge.
Oh,
But
wow. Okay.
I like almost every Bond theme. I don't think I love this one that much, but
I like most Bond themes too.
they have a certain swag. I like the strings on them and shit.
They're always really, really well. They got like just one of the greatest scores of all time. Come on.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, so she's consistently throughout this one of the highest grossing tour acts of all time, with her 24/7 tour alone earning over $100 million.
Oh my God. And she's with Bach, right?
Yeah.
And he's got independent wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck
You know
yeah,
what's
Tina.
crazy though? I didn't realize, because I think she's huge here. Like you said, she's an icon. She's a legend here.
Yeah.
But she's like 50 times as famous in Europe.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how much more famous she is over there than she is over here, which
Good
is
for her,
like
though.
crazy.
Yeah.
So she moved to a lakeside villa in Switzerland,
Oh, girl. That's the dream right there.
along with the homes that she owns in Cologne,
Oof.
London, Los Angeles, and the French Riviera.
Oh my God.
Not push city limits. She's since received the Kennedy Center Honors and the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. That was crazy for the Lifetime Achievement Award, because like Beyonce performs in her honor.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a really good show.
yeah, it's really good. And the Kennedy Center Honors are cool too, because people like Oprah just fangirls over her, and like it's so cool to see all the people just like standing her.
Seriously.
And a musical based on her life just opened on Broadway this month.
Oh wow.
I feel like that would be a great play to go see.
Yeah.
In April of 2013, Tina relinquished her American citizenship and became a Swiss citizen. I think she speaks German now, because I think you need to speak advanced German to become a Swiss citizen.
Damn, that's amazing.
In July 2013, Tina and Erwin got married in Switzerland after 27 years together.
Damn.
Shout out to them. I love that.
That's awesome.
But the happy couple didn't get to enjoy too much time in their new marriage for very long because, unfortunately, 3 weeks after their wedding, Tina suffered a pretty severe stroke.
Oh.
And she had to learn to walk again.
Oh, no.
But she overcame that shit, though, because that's what motherfucking Tina Turner motherfucking does.
Of course she does.
Then, in 2016, she was diagnosed with intestinal cancer.
Oh.
After removing part of her intestines to treat the cancer, she went into kidney failure. The situation was so dire that Tina signed up for the Swiss assisted suicide program.
Oh.
But then her man's Erwin stepped up and gave her a motherfucking kidney.
I remember when that happened.
That's fucking love,
That's
man.
real love right there.
Yeah. Shout down to George Lopez for fucking around on your wife after she gave you a
Seriously,
fucking kidney.
you're a fucking scoundrel.
Anyway, shout out to Erwin and Tina. I love them so much.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
She's still currently dealing with some of the ongoing issues a kidney recipient faces. Of course, you've got somebody else's kidney, like that shit. That doesn't solve everything, but she's got her life, which is all that matters.
Yeah.
One sort of sad part to her story is that she doesn't really have a great relationship with her sons.
Oh, really?
The 3 that are Ike's biological kids all became estranged from her for a little bit. They are all musicians and have worked for both of their parents in the past.
Well, I kind of see how that.
They have allegiances to
Their dad, yeah.
You know? Yeah. Ike had claimed, this is like in the 80s, this is like when he was salty about her success. He claimed that she was a bad mother to them.
Whatever.
But Tina responded to the claim back in 1989 by saying that she loves them. She just won't let them use her.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
Her oldest son, Craig, the only one to whom she never became estranged, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound last year in 2018 here in Los Angeles at age 59.
Oh my God, May.
Yeah.
That's awful.
She says that the last time she spoke with him on the phone, he seemed really happy and they had a really great conversation. And then a few weeks later, she got the call. Her and Erwin got the call while it was like their wedding anniversary.
Wow.
She says that her kids had a very difficult childhood.
Of course they did.
And you can see how painful that is for her to acknowledge. And I think that's why she doesn't have a great relationship with them.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Not only was their dad abusive
Yeah.
and an addict, but and maybe not necessarily abusive towards them, but abusive to their mom, which is a whole nother,
and they saw it.
Yeah, that's
know?
a whole nother level
Right.
of problems. But they're like fucking working musicians. They were gone a lot. Like yeah.
So it's really sad.
Super sad.
But that's it. Tina's happy with her man's.
Good for her.
Retired.
And the fucking legend she should
Yeah.
be.
Living with her motherfucking kidney in the finest
yeah.
in the finest Swiss chateau money could buy, living her best goddamn life.
Hell
She
yeah.
fucking deserves it, and I'm so happy for her.
Me too.
Fun fact though, she makes her own wigs.
What? That
Yeah.
is very interesting and creative in a way that I never thought of.
That's why she doesn't have that many, and that's why they're so distinctive, because she like hand makes them.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's the story of Tina Turner.
Hell yeah. Good job, May.
Thanks.
All right. That was this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at Drama Club Pod, on the website dramaclubpod.com, at the Gmail, dramaclubpod@gmail.com.
On the hotline, 505-539-0556, at our P.O. Box number 27433, LACA 90027. And leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll talk to you on Monday for our Afternoon Delight episode.
Bye.
Bye.
However, whatever with your however.